My name is Caitlin Duckworth, and I am going to be reading Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and it is written by Barbara Shook-Hazen and illustrated by Richard Scarry, and I chose the book because it's my favorite cartoon when I was little for Christmas. I always used to love to watch it. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Once there was a reindeer named Rudolph, who lived at the North Pole in Toyland. Rudolph was younger and smaller than all the other reindeer there, and they all had pronounced tall antlers. Rudolph's antlers were only tiny stubs. Worst of all, Rudolph had a nose that was big and bright red. It was red and it glowed in the dark. Poor Rudolph. He wanted to be like the other reindeer in Toyland. Oh, to have a small brown nose instead of a big, bright red one! The other reindeer made fun of Rudolph and called him names. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, they teased over and over again, until tears glistened on Rudolph's large red nose. Sometimes the other reindeers made a circle around Rudolph and sang, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a funny sight as big as an apple, twice as bright. They kicked up snowballs with their tiny hooves and covered Rudolph with a blanket of white, fluffy snow. All the reindeer loved to play games. They played tree tag and snow slide and tumble buns, but Rudolph was never asked to play. He stood behind a pine tree and watched. He was very lonely. Rudolph couldn't even play hide and seek with the rabbits. His glowing nose gave him right away. Before Christmas Eve, Santa's elves posted a sign on the gate to Toyland. Santa's teen choosing time, the sign said. All the reindeer were asked to line up at 8 o'clock in the evening in the meadow. Santa Claus was coming to choose the team that would deliver presents to every good little boy and little girl. The reindeer fairly danced with excitement. When they heard the noise, they pranced and tossed their antlers and pried the snowy ground with their hooves. Each reindeer hoped he would be chosen to guide Santa's sleigh. It was the greatest honor a reindeer could ever have. Rudolph sighed. He was ashamed to have Santa see his bright red nose, so he decided to hide. At 8 o'clock, when all the other reindeer had gone to the meadow, Rudolph hid behind a holly hedge. His bright red nose blended in with the bright red berries, and the thick growth of leaves concealed the rest of him. No one would find him there. No one would find him there. In the meadow, all the reindeer in Toyland, except Rudolph, stood in a line while Santa inspected them. Santa chose carefully. Only the fastest, strongest, and the best reindeer would do. I think Dasher will be fine. He's the biggest reindeer, said Santa. Dasher wore his elf assistant in a big book. And Dancer is the strongest, said Santa, pulling his beard. Dancer, wrote the elf. Ho! Let's see, continued Santa. Here's Prancer and there's Vixen. They make the smoothest landings on rooftops. Come. Comet is the fastest and Cupid is the most sure-footed, said Santa. I'll pick them. And last, said Santa, I choose Donner and Blitzen. They're the best at twisting over treetops and skimming over television.